Alright everybody, I wanted to show you how to use a scientific calculator via the Chrome web browser, because I assume that you are using a Chromebook to look at this material. So what I did, I went just basically into Google, I typed in scientific calculator, and this is what pops up. And I believe that if we stick with this, basically, if we use this calculator, I do know that at least we'll all be on a consistent playing field, and the procedures that I use, I know that they'll make sense to you. Now, by all means, if you have a calculator that's a little bit different and you figured out the pattern of pushing buttons and calculating things, that's great. No worries at all. When you come to this calculator, the first thing I need you to do, no matter what, is you must get rid of that. You see how at the very beginning it was in rads? That means radians. If you keep your calculator in that mode, you're going to get a lot of answers wrong. So you must move that little door over, and you've got to see degrees. You've got to see that degrees. Now, I'm just going to show you a basic example. Now, this is trigonometry, and please don't spend, whether you're into the course now or not, but I'm just going to show you a basic calculation. Let's just pretend that we had, let's say, tan 30 equals x over, I don't know, 10. Now, you're going to come to this in this course, and I don't want to go over too much theory behind this right now, because I do explain all of these calculations. Anyway, right now what you're going to learn is you multiply this, or it says tan 30 by 10. So I just want to show you what that looks like. So I'm going back over to the calculator here. So you would simply hit the tan button. You would type in 30. You'll notice that it has that little shadow there for a close bracket. Please hit that. And then we are multiplying by 10. So I'll come back here and hit multiply by 10. And that gives you 5.77. You see, I just want to make sure that we're all on the right track here. Okay, I'll show you another one. Hold on, I can find my eraser. It's going to get rid of this. Sorry. You'll also learn about when there are when we're looking for an x in a different spot. So let's say we had tan 25 equals, let's say, 13 over x. Well, as you will learn or have learned, what happens here is you take the 13 and divide it by tan 25. Again, my purpose here is not to teach you the trigonometry behind this. I just want to show you what the calculations look like and how you could use this calculator. So I'll jump back over to the left-hand side. You'll notice that I'm still in degrees. You would simply go 13 divided by, hit the tan button, 25, and a close bracket. Hit enter. Your missing value in this case, or the x, is 27.87 or 88. Doesn't really matter with the rounding there. One more example before I wrap this up is you're going to notice with trig, and maybe you're there already, maybe you're not, that there's a whole bunch of questions that ask you to find angles. So I'll give you an example. Let's pretend we had tan theta. They want us to find this angle right here. Is, we'll say, 13 over 18. So how do you find a missing angle? As I alluded to in the notes, you must always hit, there's a second function button, or there's a inverse button, or something along those lines. Now, if we are using this Google calculator right here, you'll notice there's the inverse button. So I'm going to show you how you do this. The first thing you must hit, you notice I'm in degrees, you must hit the inverse button. Then it's simply go to tan. So inverse, now hit tan, then go 13 divided by 18, hit enter. So we know our missing degree is 35.8 degrees. I'll do one more example for you here, just for it makes sense. I'm just making up these values. There's really nothing to it. So we'll go tan, we'll say it's tan A this time. Who cares? We will go 7 over 12. So I'll go back to my calculator. Because we are finding an angle, we want an angle, we must always hit the second function or inverse. Start with inverse. We're using tan, so hit tan. 7 divided by 12, close bracket, enter. The missing angle in this question I just made up is 30.3, essentially, degrees. Just so you know, all of these examples use tan. That's okay. There are two other ratios in trigonometry that are sine and cosine. All of these procedures remain the same. I would just be hitting cosine or sine. That's it. Anyway, I wanted to show you this quick video because if you're not sure what to use or you're getting confused or whatever, you can use a scientific calculator via Google to follow along and get all the same answers that I'm getting. So please consider using this method as you go throughout this unit.